Let's go.
Yeah. Welcome back to HamzaTalksBall, everyone. Hope you've had a good week so far. It's obviously a weekend and obviously start of a new week. Just obviously some main protocols. Make sure to like and subscribe on the YouTube, on the TikTok, the social media as well, because we're trying to do this more often. So I'm bringing more content, but obviously if we're going to do that more, we obviously need you to pick up. Make sure you like and subscribe throughout the whole thing. But anyways, let's get to it. How are you both doing? How are you doing, Hamza, first and foremost?
I'm good, Dummy man. I'm doing very well. Absolutely well. How are you certified? How are you
I'm
doing?
good, Hamza, man. I'm good, bro, man. Listen, I'm excited for next Sunday already. Do you guys know the season starting next week?
Ready. I'm telling you now. These guys are
I know
listen.
for Dummy it starts a little bit later, but for us, really, it starts next Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
So,
Sunday's the day. Sunday's the day. We're playing Arsenal in the charity show, big
Come
game.
on, both of you
Oh, big
digest.
game for it's not big game for more big game for them.
yeah,
More big game for them. Like
but still, we
for
want to
them.
do the 6-2, man, Hamza. Want to do the 6-2, though?
Yeah, we need. We need to.
I think yours would be more than that, because the 6 tuple is to win six, but you'd be on seven, no? Because then if you win you won the count. No, shit, nah. What am I saying? I thought you won the quadruple. Never mind, carry on.
Nah, because we would have had to win the League Cup last season.
Yes, so yeah, I don't know what I thought. For some reason, I thought when you win the FA Cup, in my mind, I thought you won everything, but no, you didn't win the league.
But damn it, we're going to be shameless either way. We'll call it 7-2 either way, man. If we win the League Cup, though, you know us already, damn it. You know our game too well.
Damn.
Yeah, what you said?
We won already 2 cups in South Korea. One in South Korea, one in Japan.
You didn't win anything.
One in Japan. No, two in Japan.
We beat Yokohama. We got given a trophy. And we beat Bayern Munich. We got given a trophy.
A mini Bundesliga. If you guys know how Bundesliga looks.
We're not counting.
And we made 16 million out of going to South Korea and Japan.
We're not counting that. There's no way you think you're gonna like showcase trophies from South Korea. Like, you okay?
Listen, every trophy counts, man.
Okay, so when we won the Bangkok Cup, I think it was last year. Can we count that?
You guys are shameless with it, though, damn.
You guys are the ones that started it.
No, you see me. You know me. I don't watch preseason. Like I said, if it's true, if you ask me about any of the games, only one I've watched in bits and I was drunk was the El Clasico. That because they were scrapping. I don't watch preseason. See, I hear the notion here that like if you watch preseason, your team plays, it's fair enough. But when I'm hearing teams say, "Oh, they beat so and so, we beat Barcelona, we beat Real Madrid, this that," it doesn't mean much because when the actual game is, when it's actually the Champions League, that's when it matters. Winning a preseason game or losing preseason game doesn't mean anything. And also, when Liverpool won the league last time, they lost all their preseason games, yet still won the league. So it doesn't matter as much. But what would you say though? Because I was talking to Hamza, I was talking to G-Certified as well. The fact that the league starts in 11 days, but for you in 7, you haven't replaced Mahrez because obviously he's just left. Obviously, you've gotten, I wouldn't say replacement like for like, but you've lost Gundogan, you've got Kovacic. You actually had Guardiola, but it was actually not true. So what do you think is happening with Man City, and what do you think you need before next week?
I think. What do you think, G-Certified?
Yeah, Hamza, man. For me, I think that wingers really. I said the last time that I'm happy with the goalkeepers, even the defense. I don't mind going into the season with the defense that we've got. But for me, and the midfield, I think Kovacic is a like for like replacement of Gundogan. But the only thing that I feel is different about Gundogan is he could score more goals than Kovacic. That's the only thing that I think will be harder to replace. But hopefully Kovacic can get that in him. But the wingers for me, yeah, that's my number one concern because I said as long as if Cole Palmer and Oscar Bob is the truth, if these are the people that are meant to take us to the promised land next season for a 4-peat Champions League, then listen, we'll have to support them. But bro, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's big pressure, and I don't even think Cole Palmer's gonna stay. I think he'll leave possibly.
But I don't think he's that good anyway. Like I've watched him a few times. He doesn't do anything that's like doesn't do anything where I look at him and go, wow, he's going to be amazing. He just looks like your average kid that came out of the academy. So I don't know what happened to that Bristol City midfielder that you had last season. Is it Bristol City? Was it Bristol? Was it Sheffield United or Bristol City?
Sheffield.
Yeah. What's his name?
Which one? McAtee or Tommy Dunn?
Yeah, is he? Are they both of them? There's 2 of them. Are they both playing for you this year?
Yeah, I think both of them are playing. I think is it.
I haven't seen Doyle, but I've seen McAtee.
Man, those still at Sheffield United.
Is he still?
Ma-
Yeah, Sheffield. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And McAtee, Brighton won him. Apparently, a couple of Premier League teams won him. In fact, they've bid it up to 30 million, 35 million. I'm hearing rumors.
Yeah, fair
These are
enough.
rumors. And he's a good player. He's a very, very good player. First, let's start about the main issue I want to talk about. Certain players but like the ins and outs, the outs.
Mm.
You think Cancelo and Laporte are leaving?
Cancelo, yeah. Laporte, I think Laporte depends on Gavardio. If we don't get Gavardio, I think Laporte will stay. If we do get Gavardio, Laporte could go, but I hope that he tries to do what John Stones did and stay and try and fight for his place, not just give up. Try and
But then,
fight.
how many defenders will we have?
We'd have, phew, we'd have Ake,
Okay,
Stones,
Ake,
Kant,
Stones, Akanji,
Diaz,
Diaz,
obviously Laporte,
Laporte,
Walker,
Vadio, 6,
Gomez, Gavardio.
Gomez, Kawoka, Rico Lewis,
That's a lot of defenders.
9.
Man. But you know
And
what?
mostly
I
you
think
keep
Cancelo won't play. So I think it would be 8, and I think we'd have 2 in each position. I think we'd have 2 left backs, 2 right backs, 2 centre backs, left centre backs, 2 right centre backs. And I think we'll go into the season like that, which would be good. Stack up. You got to stack up, man.
you have to. The key thing is about centre backs is I believe like Stones can play with Rodri in midfield. I think even if we sit back, we can play further back, and I believe we can still play Rodri and him in midfield. Like I really believe that 4-2, and I can put Stones there. You know, big games, yeah, tough games, yeah. And you're
100%.
going away.
What are you guys saying about Phillips though? Like, what you guys? I want to hear both of your points on Phillips
Mm.
because I want to hear from like Danny's as well, rival point, and then I also want to hear from Hamza.
Do you know what? I'll go because I'm a rival. Because somebody did
Mm.
actually say, Amir Nurse actually said in big episode said, should Calvin Phillips be sold? Or I don't think you actually can do it right now anyway because I don't believe you have enough midfielders to cope with losing that. Number 2, I do think he is a good player, or he was a good player. I don't know how good, like I think his ceiling is. I don't know if he's City's level. I don't know if he has the ability to play the one-touch football the City play in the press. But he is good off the ball. He is good at pressing. If you maybe play him next to Rodri and then have Rodri to maybe progress a little bit more further forward, or you have give Rodri a rest and play Calvin Phillips and tell Stones to go further forward, I think that could work. But overall, I don't know if he's good enough long term, and I don't think Pep that he is a Pep type of player anyway. But he is someone that you can keep until you do spend more money later. Because I don't think it looks like you're going to buy another midfielder anyway. So, you've got Kovacic. Yeah, you play Calvin Phillips next to Kovacic, and then you play that as a double pivot. Then tell Calvin Phillips all you need to do is protect the back 3 or back 4, depending on who's there, and you do the pressing thing that you do, and you let Kovacic go forward. That's how I would see it anyway. But he's not crap, but he's not great. So he's in between.
I think he can't play as a lone thing. I don't think he can play by himself. Yeah, I think he needs support. I've seen him playing with Declan Rice, and he probably needs another player like Rodri and him. I can't see him playing by himself. Like he's not that great to play by himself at this stage. I think this season will determine his future for City. I think 2 seasons enough for Manchester City. I think he might impress. I don't should cover. I don't think he should be sold because you have to get a replacement. We need a winger. We need a Vadio. We need an. So I think the key issue here is Kovacic can play in that Rodri position. I think he can play with Kovacic. I think he will do well. I don't know. My gut feeling saying he's gonna do well this season. But preseason, how good was he? How good was preseason?
I don't know. I don't think because he was saying that he was ready. He was ready to show us a new version of himself that he was going to go away and work through preseason to try and fight back in the team. But for me, I haven't seen any kind of real improvement for him to get back into this team, like getting to the starting 11, which you would want. Because for me, I know the gap between him and Rodri is so big, but it feels like I don't even think Pep will play him in certain games where we may need Phillips to rest Rodri. I feel like Kovacic will play those games where Rodri will be rested, and that's for me. That's a big warning sign that Phillips is not trusted yet. I don't know what it is. I really don't know, bro. I looked at him today when he came on, and I know there's a lot of young academy players that were playing, but that second half was a big gap to the first. Hey, what you saying, Hamza? I think you're muted.
So I was gonna say that I think Calvin Phillips. I think this season is his important season. I think Kovacic is another guy that can play there. I think this season is huge, man, because we need to rest Rodri, man. Remember we used to play Fernandinho, rotate Rodri. I need that guy. Surely he can keep. Surely he can play 10 games. Surely 10 games.
10, bro. Think about Fernandinho. I feel like Fernandinho, when even in his last season, he played more games than Phillips did in last season.
Wait. But were you saying when they were together? Because they were never together. Are you just saying as a standalone season, Fernandinho played more than Phillips did as a standalone season?
I think he did, like Fernandinho's last season. I think he played more games than Phillips did last season.
Okay.
And Fernandinho was 37 last season.
So that's what I think. I think he can play. We don't need, but it's the only scare is Rodri getting injured. That's crazy, you know.
It's like every
Rodri getting injured. It's massive. Look at Arsenal. Look what Arsenal have done. They're criminals. Partey, Jorginho, and Declan Rice. They got 3 who can play there.
Okay, but you know you can do that as well. By the way, first and foremost,
Who?
you know, what do you mean who?
Who can we play?
No, you could have bought
Rodri
3
gets
DMs
injured,
yourself.
we rely.
You could have bought 3 DMs yourself. I don't understand.
See, that's what I'm saying. Arsenal, what they've done, they're scammers. What they've done, they've gone to January, they've nicked a couple of players. Last time they nicked a couple of players. And this year they've nicked a couple. So they're like getting a big, bloody hell, it's like a massive squad. Like, what the hell? Now it looks a bit suspicious. Like, you're paying too many players now, man. UEFA needs to get involved with FFP shit because this is too much. Bro, they bought Trossard, they're not playing him. They bought Jorginho, now they bought Declan Rice, bro. What the hell? Like, and we need to get at least Calvin Phillips. This is why I need Calvin Phillips to perform, man. He has to perform. There's no excuses. Like, I'll protect him, and a lot of fan base really want him to do well. We're all on his side, but the key thing for him, just keep things simple. Keep things simple. You know what I'm trying to say? Don't lose the ball possession. Dominate. Pick up the ball. Pass. Because we don't need his goals. We don't need his assist. But what we need him is to sit in midfield, break those tackles, break those play, get the ball, give it to KDB, give it to Bernardo, give it to Grealish. Makes sense?
Yeah. I think that's it for me. It's the physicality, man, of Phillips compared to Rodri of a Fernandinho. It just feels like the game breezes past him sometimes, and it'll take him a time to readjust. Because when he was at Leeds, it's different to being at Man City. Like, we dominate the ball, so you need to concentrate in a different way. When he was playing for lower league level teams, he was just running. Let's be realistic. If he was against City, he was just running. He was always alert because he knew that it could go 5, 6s. You know what I'm saying? But when he's with City, we're the ones that are trying to score the 5s and the 6s and trying to not keep up. And that high line as well. And I feel for England, when he plays best, there's always Rice. There's Rodri now, but I don't feel Rodri and Phillips are going to play in the double pivot.
You know one of the comments I've saw here. I just want to read out some of the comments.
I was going to read that as well. Yeah, I was going to read that as well, but go on.
And Stone can fill in as a DM. 2 comments. What do you think about that? And it's true. It's true. The question is, listen, if we go and buy back clothes for Lavia next year, is 40 million. This year they want 50 million. Do you try and just swallow the pride and just go and buy Lavia and say, yo, how much did you sell him? 50 million?
Yeah, 40 million, I think.
So do you just swallow the pride and say, okay, let's go for Lavia. Let's go and get him?
Man, 40 million for Lavia, man. You know what I'm saying? From South.
That's what we inserted that.
And I know, but you know what it is? I'd rather just give Phillips another season, because I do feel that Phillips is better than Lavia, right? Like, if they were both playing, let's say if they were both playing for Southampton, I think you would see that Phillips currently would be better than a Lavia. but it's just that Lavia is a little bit younger. His ceiling is a little bit more higher. That's the difference with Lavia. But I think Phillips right now, I think, would be a better player than Lavia, because we've got to think about it. Think about the amount of young players if that would play a full season. Like even Rico Lewis, when he came in last season, if Rico played game 1 to game 38 last season, you know what I'm saying?
That's what.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the boy that has proved it. 17, he's grabbed his position by the neck and said, "Yo, Rico Lewis, I'm gonna play there." And it's hard for me even to say, has he had a bad game? He's not had a bad game. He's very comfortable on the ball. He's a boy that at his age, he's exceptional. He gets the ball in midfield, and he was causing Bayern problems. He's causing Bayern problems. He's only 18.
That's true.
So that's the thing. So when I see players like Palmer, you need to grab that position, and he's such a goal. And you know what, Calvin Phillips, this is your season. This is a must, because last season Rodri didn't get injured. But another question that people have to say, they believe Stones can fill that position. Okay, fair enough. It's true. That's another thing that we were talking about. If Rodri gets injured, if we need to rest Rodri, Stones plays there. Stones and Kovacic.
Stones and Kovacic. Like, what does Dammy, what do you think about it as well?
Stones, Kovacic, and what do you think? Stones, Kovacic, and Phillips.
Wait, what about your box midfield? Stones, Kovacic, and Phillips. I'm just trying to say that in my head. Stones, Kovacic, and Phillips. That slightly stinks, But at the same time, you've got to do that against not lower league, but lower table opposition. So like maybe if you get Luton at home, or you've got Sheffield United at home, you can maybe do that. But I'm not sure that Phillips, Stones, and Kovacic work against, I don't know, Arsenal. If you go to Arsenal and play that, they will cook you on the field. And that's the problem that you've got, because by losing Gundogan, in my opinion, you're losing one of the top maybe 5, 6, 7 maybe midfielders in the world, and his replacement is kind of not on his level. And then you've got Calvin Phillips, who's also there, who's also not really like held up trees, if that's the saying. So I don't know. I think Man City, you've got to make what Bernardo Silva. Can he play maybe a further deeper? Does that work?
You don't think, Dammy, that Kovacic is on that kind of level? Like,
he is, but I don't know. I see Gundogan just on a level above, in my opinion. And I don't think. And also, in front of goal, Kovacic is not going to offer you the same as what Gundogan does as well.
That's the thing. That's the thing that I agree with. In front of goal, but I think as for like the passing and like close control and the spaces, I think it's very close. Like when I'm watching Croatia, especially in recent international tournaments, World Cups, Euros, Nations League, Kovacic is like one of the top guys in their team. You know what I'm saying? He's not the Modric of the team. He's not the star player, but he's one of the guys that helps it work. Brozovic as well, but. Modric is 37. There's no way we're going to get him. Brozovic is 31. I think no way we're going to get him. Kovacic was just that kind of right age.
Cruz is like 35. You were never getting him either.
We'll never get Cruz. And Cruz, that is for me. Yeah, that would have been
players like that. Yeah, he has to be young. It's like Zubimendi, Ugarte, but everyone wants a DM. Chelsea are fighting with Caicedo to now.
Brighton have been taking the piss out of them for 5 weeks.
Listen, they did us over for Cucurella deal. I'm telling you now. They frustrate. Like I thought Cucurella was signed before Calvin Phillips. In fact, Cucurella liked a tweet by Calvin Phillips signing for City. That's how we believed that Cucurella was coming. And the guy went to Chelsea. Because Brighton said to us, we have to pay 50 million. Chelsea are still fighting for 100 million. Let me tell you a story. Caicedo, we wanted Caicedo back when he was, I don't know where he was playing for Independiente, but I remember his name, Caicedo. City and linked to getting this Ecuadorian player called Caicedo. And I was thinking, who's this guy? And suddenly 2 months later, I see him going to Brighton. Brighton are going to make money from him, 100 million on Caicedo. I'm not paying. Crazy. Chelsea know they have to pay. Because there's not any other midfielders. They're getting this 16-year-old, 15-year-old, 17-year-old. So there's not many midfielders sent DMs left when you see this kind of guy. And that's what I think I just hope Liverpool don't get Lavia this year. So buyback clause gets activated. But I've never seen City go back to a buyback clause player.
Nah,
I haven't seen
Yeah, I don't think you are. If I don't think you're getting them at all. I just don't see. I'm not sure what's the fee now and what's the fee next year.
40 million next year.
And what's the fee? What's the fee? So they can ask you for whatever they want now. I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So no, 'cause
But they're working with us. Listen, they're more dependent on us. It depends basically. If City go for him, they'll get him because we work closely with Southampton. We sell them a lot of our youngster. We just sold them another youngster who played centre back. Yeah, Sharon Charles. We signed them. Gave them Oscar Bob. We gave them Lavia. So the relationship is there. They know that City Academy is the best in the world probably, and they keep coming for our players. So there's a good relationship. So it all depends on City when they want it. That's why I don't believe City want him. Lavia.
no, true.
They,
I hear
they've
that.
seen him. Man. They've seen, and you know what? The coach that was there before, his name is Enzo Maresca. He's the
Yo,
guy that managed Lavia. He's,
yeah. I think,
he's
is
the
that
guy.
your
He's going to
is that
Leicester.
your assistant?
He's going to Leicester. He's the
No,
manager of
but,
Leicester.
oh, sorry, that's the Leicester one. Sorry. I don't know the Southampton one, then. But I know that the Leicester one is mostly. I remember him.
the
Yeah, he's got
Southampton Shields. They took one of our scouts, head of scouts. One
JC
of our,
Wilcox, is it?
yeah, Walkers as well. They took Joe Shields. I'm pretty sure they took Shields as well. I'm
Yeah,
These
pretty
they
sure.
clubs
got, yeah,
get their
they
own
took a couple
identity.
of
I can't lie
people.
to you. Need
But
to all grow up.
Yeah, so they were taking basically, I think, our head of academy, and what I'm saying, them were the kind of guys they were taking. They were taking big names
mm,
from a club, but now they've just got relegated. So they'll want to get whatever they can for Lavian, but
for Lavia, yeah, exactly. And Liverpool playing this stingy way, and as if they don't have enough money, but they're desperate because have they sold Fabinho?
No, not yet.
hence
Not yet. They sold Henderson, not Fabinho. Not yet. They're
Fabinho, yeah?
still
Fabinho.
they're on the last touches of it. I think the deal is back on, so we don't know yet, but they're still discussing it. But I think he will leave for about 40 million.
No, man. Saudi Arabian club should not pay 40 million for him, man.
But they don't care. He'll go run the league, so like it works out for them. They get to see Fabinho coming up.
Is this Gerrard? Is he going to the Gerrard's team?
No, I think he is going to. Wait, who does Gerard manage again?
I know he doesn't manage Al
I
Hilal.
know it's in Saudi, but I don't have any idea.
So he is in. I don't know who he's.
He's signing. He's a manager for one of not a big one. Al Hilal is the biggest one.
Okay, so he's moving to our Ittihad. Al Ittihad. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's
Steven Gerrard manages. So Fabinho plays at Al Ittihad, which I think is the same team as SMS, but I'm not sure. And Gerrard is the manager of Al Ettifaq.
Yeah, so it's not the same team.
It's not the same team, no.
Okay.
40 million as well.
I was gonna report on dodginess, man. Some dodgy things going on there. Gerrard's doing some dodgy thing to get Liverpool extra money. Nah.
They be keeping them.
I just hope that one fails. I hope the Saudi, and that's what I want. G certified. I want Saudi Arabian team to come for Cancelo and Laporte.
Hey man, bro, you know what it is, man. I think we need to keep Laporte, man. We need to keep Laporte, bro. Maybe Cancelo, but
I
Cancelo.
can see him going Saudi. I'm telling you now. I can see
You are
Saudi.
Cancelo. That's what. So I'm going to read some comments now. Yeah, I'll start from the bottom one. So Nama said, "Let's be honest, lads. Phillips is not good enough. I mean, that's fair." Nama's also said Kovacic is a better six than Phillips. I don't know about that one because I think he's a box to box midfielder, and sometimes he's caught pressing on the edge of the box. You don't really want your DM to be pressing on the edge of the box. Here's what it is. Here today has said Phillips is one of the 6 to 7 DMs in the Prem. And of the year to adjust, I would keep him. Do you know what? Fair enough, I get that. Manchester Blue has said, why are we not buying players? It's pissing me off. I can understand.
Tell me about it. I understand your frustration, man.
Yeah, I can understand. I mean, I hope you don't sign anyone. So Super Silver said today Rico got cooked. Wait, got cooked to right back. Who did you get cooked by?
He played well, man. Every game he plays well.
No. He said he got cooked by Carrasco.
Yeah. But I don't think it was him, man. I think it was Cancelo that got cooked today, man.
Which is why I was going to move on to the last comment, which was about Cancelo. Somebody said, I know Leno Roland said, sign Gavardi and get a new winger. But I think I can't remember, there was a comment earlier which I said, there is it. Here today has always said, if no new signing, would Pep try Cancelo on the wing, which is also relating to Bernardo Silva back in midfield. Do you reckon that works?
Bro, I was joking with Hamza about this earlier today, man. Sergio Gomez, until we see Sergio Gomez and Cancelo playing wingers, that's when you'll know it's bad. You know what I'm saying? When we have to see Cancelo play right wing, left wing. Now, I know Cancelo used to be a winger, but come on, guys. Come on. For me, I'm hearing Olise, and that just tells you the level of wingers out there at the minute. I think Olise is good. I think he's great. I think he's got great potential, but that's basically our number one winger right now, target. Now I'm hearing Olise. So to replace Morris, so I'm really not sure which wingers we can really get. Dembele we can't get him because Dembele I think is like 100 million. They want or something crazy release clause. I don't know.
Do you know what it is? Dembele, I can tell you the inside scoop on that. So basically, he has a release. No, he doesn't have he has a release clause which ends tomorrow evening on the 31st, and that is currently 50 million euros or something like that. However, if you do pay that, 25 million goes to Barcelona, 25 million goes to Dembele and his agent. But if you don't pay it by then, on the 1st of August, it goes up to 100 million. But no matter what, if you paid 100 million, you have to pay 50% to Dembele and his agent and 50 million to Barcelona. So that's why they're shook, because they're like, if somebody comes in and takes him, we're only getting 25 million for one of our best players. I think Michel Elise or Rafinha would be a good fit, don't you think?
Yeah, Michelle, I think we're linked to it. I think that might happen. Release clause of 35 million, I'm hearing. 35 million. But he's only 21, yeah? He's only 21. My local boy, man. Yeah, so Michael Olise, I think he's a good player. He's played under City. He's only 21 years old. And I think he fits in the profile, man. And I've seen the guy. He takes the ball, he beats a man so easily. He will turn 22 this season, yeah. But he's very confident. He's not scared to be a man, and I like his approach. He's not fearful. Yeah. He can beat a man easily. He can whip a deadly crossing. He knows when to do it, and I think he's a very, very good prospect. I think 21. He can only get better. Yeah, and he's low wages as well. Low wages. How much are you gonna give him? 80,000 a week, 5-year contract.
Yeah, how much?
Probably give him 80,000 a week, 5-year contract.
Yeah. I thought you said 18. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think I don't know how much is he taking at thing, but what's the name at Crystal Palace? But I'm pretty sure it's not like it's like probably 20, 30 million, 20,000.
Yeah.
It could go two ways, really. It could either go like I'm not gonna say that he's gonna be anywhere near the level of Sane, but could go to a level of where, he feels so comfortable with the team that, with the way he's playing. But it could go the other way, and it could be like a Ferran Torres situation. Because Ferran Torres, man, when this guy joined, I was thinking this Ferran Torres was going to be the real deal. I thought this guy was, saying that.
I thought it was the real deal. I knew. I thought it was the real deal, but as soon as I saw him against Leicester Community Shield, I started becoming suspicious. But I thought I'm gonna continue selling this arrival fans that he's a good player, so that people can believe he's a good player. And he started scoring goals, yeah. And you knew some of the goals, yeah, like that back heel. Come on, man. You know that. Come on, man. Did you really mean it? Like if Bernardo does it or KDB does it.
Here today said, there's two comments. The second one I want to get onto, but he said Cover is quality, not Gundo, but Cover is a top player. Cover has better mobility than Gundo now, and it's an improvement on the defensive side from Gundo. The second point is the main thing. I'd hate if this happens because you just be ruining football. So he said Pep should move for Caicedo. If City got Caicedo, he would probably break the clean sheet record. What would you say if that happened? I don't think it would be necessary, only because then you would have 2 6s who have to play every game. However, that would be crazy to see because Caicedo can walk. What would you think of that?
No, I think it's a good signing. I think it'll be 100 million. That's the question. 100 million.
Yeah, that's the only problem.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe not for 100 million. I'd rather get Rice for 100 million than Caicedo. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I would have rather got Rice than Caicedo for 100 million. If you're telling me 100 million, I have to sign one of these guys, I think I'd take Rice because I think it just would have made more sense. For you know what I'm saying? Because Rice, lots of teams wanted them. We're competing right now, really, with Chelsea for Caicedo, right? And let's be honest, right? 80 million. They've been trying so hard. 80 million, 70 for this guy, and they're failing every single time. So we're not gonna get tucked to 100 million, man. Now, but if he did play next to Rodri, I think it maybe could work, but it just depends. It depends who would.
I think it depends. I think 100 million. No, City will not. You can buy other better midfielder than that. I think the key thing. But listen, one person said that. Why are they not moving on players? Because Raheem Sterling, they didn't give us a replacement. Riyad Mahrez now, they have to get a replacement. They have to sign. Like, we keep losing players. Mendy, Zinchenko left back when we didn't get one, and then we go give it a second choice one. What are they doing? And we go give it Sergio Gomez. Luckily, they got Akanji right. Yeah, they got Akanji right. So we need to get this winger. This winger has to be a priority, because when you're selling players like Mahrez, don't sell him if there was not any replacement thought about. But I'm hearing three names that people said. The names I'm hearing is Michael Olise. I don't know the other two. Have you heard any other two?
Wait,
You said
Rafinha. Rafinha was the one I heard.
Rafinha.
yeah.
Oh my god! And then
I had the Girona guy as well, the Girona kid. I don't even know his name.
Rodriguez. Rodriguez
Yeah.
he played today.
Yeah, bro. Honestly,
What's in it? He's Thing's son, is it? Redondo's son.
bro. I'm even hearing Oscar Bob from the academy. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, he's too weak.
So listen. I don't know what's happening, and you made a good point as well, Hamza. We don't really like for like replacements. There's only a few players that we get like for like replacements for. Yeah, and even Guerrero, that took a season late, but it was worth it because we got Haaland. Companies came a season late, but it was worth it because we got Diaz. But there's a left back. That's been an issue. Left back, not really, maybe not an issue because we've just done a treble, but left back has been something that we've wanted addressed so many times, you know, throughout other seasons, just to have a backup left back. And we still haven't replaced that. Now if Ake gets injured, let's say Akanji gets injured, who's gonna play left back? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to bring Sergio Gomez back. And I don't even know if Pep really thinks that he suits the left back. I think that Gomez is more of an attacking player. So what happens there? You know what I mean? So it's but the wings, 100%, man. I agree with you that we need replacements, and I feel like
you need them fast too because the season is only 11 days away. If you don't,
apparently this week we're getting Vardio. Apparently again. So until we hear, so Vardy is coming this week, and then the week after that, and then they'll start chasing wingers. But
okay, then Nama's even said, how would a left back fit in the system? That's John. Let's just play left wing back. How does that work?
Now, no need.
It doesn't.
The way that Kyle Walker can fit into the system, yeah. Kyle Walker's a right back, but he can fit into the system well. So we need a left back that can be defensive. You know, I need to try and think of names, but there'll be players that Gavardio. I know he's a centre back, but at least Gavardio can play as a left back. You know, he's played there before. You know, I'm someone like that. You know, just somebody that's good on that side that can play left back. They don't need to bomb forward. But
would you take someone like what's his name? Gaia? Is it Gaia? No, those Spanish left.
I know yeah.
Who?
That Gaia or something.
Yeah, Gaia. There's Gaia and there's
where does he play for? Do you think we're getting midfielder? I don't think we're getting another midfielder. No. Who's this guy?
He plays for
Valencia guy.
Valencia. There's two of them. There's one that plays for Benfica, and there's Guy who plays for Valencia. Who's the Benfica?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Who's the Benfica?
Supposed to be a Valencia was supposed to go top player. Remember, everyone.
Who's the Benfica? Grimaldo. That's it.
Or
No,
Grimaldo is the left back for Benfica.
Yeah, that's the one.
The
That's
Valencia guy is the one. I
I'll
know.
tell you what, yeah, that Theo Hernandez guy, yeah, I think that's it. Hernandez at Bayern Munich.
yeah.
I think
Has
someone
he
like,
not gone to?
He
Has he
plays
not gone to
PSG.
PSG?
oh no, the PSG. Now he's at PSG. Oh, man, I forgot about that. Yeah, but
Yeah.
somebody like him, that's an example of who I'm talking about. I
Mm.
feel like he would have been all right there.
Oh, Theo Hernandez still plays for AC Milan, is it?
Yeah,
AC
he
Milan.
does. So he
Oh,
plays for AC Milan, and his brother plays. Lucas plays for what's it called?
Bayern.
But
Lucas,
no, PSG.
that's the one I'm talking about. You see, I get confused with these guys, man. But yeah, Lucas, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, he just recently left. He
He
played
he left from where?
from Bayern Munich.
About.
Oh, he's the guy that was supposed to have got him as a replacement for Kawaka.
Don't know how you worked that one out. But
I think it was Zinchenko. I think it was Zinchenko. It was some crazy rumors. I've even heard this season, not for to replace not Ake or Akanji, but if we did get a left back, I remember there was certain things about Alfonso Davis. I don't know where Alfonso Davis would have. I don't know where he would have like went in the team.
I don't think it works. I don't think he works in the team. I think now, anyways, he doesn't anyway. Like I just don't think a left back, right back, unless you're what you call
Big
it,
up Omar.
tactically aware and you've got high IQ. I know Kyle Walker doesn't really have the highest IQ, but his recovery pace is insane, so it helps make up for it. But I just don't think right backs and left backs work in the team.
And guess what?
That's what
Anyway,
you call. That's what you call, damn it, man. Generational pace, man. Right?
generational pace is too much. And
I
that's
just
why
checked it. I didn't see that Hernandez guy at PSG. Unless someone knows.
wait, unless it didn't go through, I'm pretty sure
Mm.
Lucas Hernandez.
Why did City lose to Atletico Madrid? It was raining. I won. That's why.
Pathetic. He does play.
Yeah. It was a swimming
You're
pool
not
on the
allowed to
field.
play this kind of rain, man.
You're
The
pathetic.
weather was bad.
I cheated.
You're
Big up R1. Listen, I got fans from India and China. Big up, man. Yo, I'm going international, man. I thought I was only famous in Croydon.
You see,
South
we're
London.
gonna have on the t-shirts,
Big
man.
up,
We're gonna have Hamza Airways, Hamza and Adami Airways, man. On the t-shirts, man.
big up yourself, man. Yeah.
Uh,
Very much you do. I said love from China as well.
yeah, man. Big up R1. Big up my guy R1, man. Lovely. What the other issue I wanted to say about this? Let's talk about Arsenal taking too many players.
That's what I was
I'm
gonna.
getting concerned.
I was gonna say Arsenal versus Man United. They played recently. What were you gonna say about Arsenal? Because I think they look pretty impressive. I can't lie to you. Timber looks good. Even let me read this comment from here today who said, agreed that preseason is important for fringe players and trends. As an Arsenal supporter, preseason has confirmed my fears about the midfield and shown Timber should replace Zinchenko. Now, I don't know how that would work, only because if Zinchenko is on the left and Timber is on the right, I don't understand what would the formation be. And number two, I don't think he can defend anyway. Zinchenko could never defend. We always knew this. But him going forward is a weapon. I think Arsenal are looking good. And if there's someone that I think could take your top place next season, I think they can do it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think like in terms of
Big up,
Timber.
guys. Can you?
Yeah, go on. Go on.
Oh, big up, man, Hamza. I heard you speaking on wingers. We're not gonna get a winger. We're not gonna get a world class winger. That's not gonna happen because the winger we're gonna get is for our bench. The winger, nobody's gonna come and replace Bernardo Silva, unfortunately. Basically the winger we're gonna get is the one that's gonna replace Mahrez on the bench. So I don't think a lot of wingers will wanna come.
You never know though, yeah, because Bernardo Silva is not. I don't know what he's doing right now, but he can easily drop into midfield, and then you can have.
Trust me, nobody's replacing. If it's not Bernardo Silva, it's Foden. With this new system, the whole direct wingers, we're not gonna use them. We want wingers that hold on the ball, that retain the ball. Grealish, like yeah.
Give me names that you would think of that.
I think we might go for Olise because he's young and everything, and he wouldn't mind the bench. But I don't see us going for a wing. I won't lie to you. I think we're gonna get Vardiol, and we're gonna get Vardiol before the Arsenal game. because I know Man City, they like the whole psychological advantage. So they wanna drop the here we go before Arsenal, just because I know them. When I get the Variol deal done, and then yeah, that's all. I don't see us making any more transfers.
Oh my god, that's so painful, man. Like after we lost Sterling and they didn't get a replacement for Sterling, and then now
But
we're
Hamza,
gonna
we don't. To be
we have
honest, we never replaced David Silva. We never replaced Sane. We never replaced all these. Can you hear me? Can you still hear me?
yeah.
We can hear you.
Oh, I was saying we never replaced David Silva. We never replaced Sane. We never replaced Sterling. We never replaced all these people. We just changed the way we play.
Yeah, but
So
you need to now because because
now
Man
the
City,
squad's getting smaller, like
yeah,
literally.
yeah,
You're
because
getting people like Oscar Bob, Cole Palmer, Makati, Rico Lewis, all sitting the same bench.
Oscar
Looking
Bob.
there,
Yeah,
if I
I was thinner. I was
that's
quite definitely thinner, but I don't know. I'm not panicking. I won't lie. I won't lie. I'm not panicking. I I don't know, man. I'm not
Nah,
panicking.
you know
I'm
what?
not.
Like, I won't say I'm panicking. Like I don't feel like we need to panic just because I feel like apart from maybe Arsenal and Liverpool, I don't feel like in the league we're gonna be pushed as much as maybe in other seasons. Right? And I don't even know if Arsenal
I don't. I don't.
are gonna be the same team as last season. And as for Liverpool, we know what happened last season with Liverpool, so but I think they'll bounce back. By the way, I think Liverpool will bounce back, but we don't know that for certain. So I think it's just more of a we might not need to be at our best to win the league title this season. We may not. That might be completely wrong, but I feel like when we won it in 2021, I don't feel like we needed to be at our best. There was a certain point of where after we went on a little winning run where we were just comfortable. Liverpool had picked up a few injuries, then we came in, did our thing, and then just cruised for the rest of the season. And I feel like we might not need to be at our best this season.
This season, it's either we walk the league or we're gonna have it tough. It's between the two. I don't see us challenge. I don't see us in an actual challenge now. I don't see any team, and the system is working. This is our second year in the system. We're gonna be more fluid. The only reason we lost today is because we always lose. We always struggle against teams that play five at the back. Atletico, Inter, Man United, Brentford, all these teams they play 5-3-2. We will always struggle. That's why we lost today. So that's why Pep wanted a team like Atletico um in the preseason game so we can practice the whole thing because we struggle against these teams. We struggle. But the rest of the teams with our system, I don't see any team beating us.
mm,
Nah, that's true. We needed that test, but I feel like we did have that test though. I feel like the Champions League final I thought was that test. If you want to say that a team that sits back,
mm,
and I know Inter Milan didn't sit back, but
It did sit back. The only problem is like we were just nervous. You could see the team is just nervous. We didn't wanna, we didn't wanna fight. We didn't wanna fight. But nah, man. Once we, that's why whenever we play, I don't know why he didn't play Alvarez and Haaland in the final, but even today we played the 4-4-2 formation. Even today, the crazy thing is, John Stones was not the one going forward. It was Ruben Diaz. I don't know if you saw it. So yeah, I think it was just Pep checking things, checking what we can do. But yeah, I'm not worried. Against Arsenal, we're gonna go back to our normal formation. It'll be interesting.
nah, someone was asking about. I know we're talking about C, but someone was asking about Ramsdale and Rhea
Yeah,
replacing.
that's what I wanted to get onto actually. So, would you make that? I'll read the question from Gunnar Ritz. It says, "What are you man saying about Raya to replace Ramsdale?" Personally, I'm happy about that. Ramsdale's too comfy. Either he steps up or gets struck. I don't think he's that good. I'll be real. I think he's a good ball playing goalkeeper, but I think certain aspects of his game leave a lot to be desired. And number three, I think he's too arrogant for his liking. I think he's getting into the Pickford mode where he's getting too overconfident. He makes a lot of silly, unnecessary saves, which aren't necessary. If you get, what I mean, like he could just make a save simple, but to make it look better, you do a camera save. But what do you think of Ramsdale? Arsenal will.
I think like I'm just angry. I'm not like Arsenal spending so much money, man. And I'm thinking, how are you getting the money? That's what I'm getting. Like, where are you getting the money? Like, people getting done by FFP. People are being told
But
to
they're
pay
in
fine.
Europe. But they're not in Europe, so it doesn't really matter.
No, it does, bro. Think about how
Yeah,
much they spent already last 2 years. It's mad. They
yeah, but they
spent
weren't in
700
Europe.
million in the last 3 years. Like a team that's never played the UCL in the last 3 years. And now they spend
Arsenal
all this.
a lot of money.
I think mark my words, UEFA is gonna be on their case. Mark 100%. They're gonna get done. I'm telling you
Nah,
now. How much money they spend is mad. Like they're spending
Yeah,
money
but
more than Real Madrid and
we're not
Barcelona.
spending.
Huh?
huh?
They were not spending all these years.
No, but they had to pay for the stadium because but they're still not playing Champions League. You just don't acquire this kind of money. Like now they have to
But
balance books.
Arsenal actually generates the money. Like I'm pretty sure Arsenal is
How?
big enough to
How?
generate the money.
From stadium and commercial revenues. Everyone does the
You know,
same thing.
yeah, but does it on a larger scale. It's big. Arsenal is big.
Yeah, nah,
In
man. I
the,
tell
the channel,
you, remember, UEFA gonna. It's
I
not,
think, like Gunnerita just said, maybe because the fact that we've got players leaving, so maybe that might be a reason for why they can spend so much. But they haven't sold
This
those players, so it doesn't
this
really go on.
Liverpool. It's like Liverpool. Liverpool can spend like 600 million in a transfer window, but it's because of the owners and everything. These teams generate a lot of money.
Yeah, it's true.
mm.
Man United, for example, we generate probably the most, and that's why we can then
Man,
spend.
But Real Madrid as
I'm
well.
not
But Real Madrid don't go on that spending spree.
See, look at the hits there said Arsenal's in the top 10 in global revenues and having had an ownership takeover in 2018-19. So that is probably why they can spend. So Arsenal make a lot of money in that. Maybe not as high as
yeah,
the others, but they make a lot of money. So it makes a lot of sense why that they can sit there and spend so much. But I actually think though they've addressed a lot of their issues. When you look at it, they've got 3 right backs. Timber can invert. They've got 2 left backs. They've got like 5 centre backs, 3 DMs. They've got. I don't really rate Nketiah, so I don't know how that's going
Listen,
to work.
the low revenue in terms of 2023. Man City was number one, Real Madrid number two, Liverpool number three, Man United number four, number five was PSG,
Who's number?
number six was Bayern Munich, number seven was Barcelona, number eight was Chelsea, number nine was Tottenham, and 10 was Arsenal. Like they don't touch us in terms of the revenue we're making because of how much we've succeeded, how much we've won, how much we get in terms of TV, all this. Like we get shown every single time a Sky.
yeah, Hamza. But our revenue, if you think about it, um, all over the world, a lot of fans watch Man City games, even though they're not Man City fans. They watch a lot of
Yeah.
Man City games because they enjoy the football. Here
Mm.
in SA in South Africa, the kids, all these kids are wearing Holland shirts now. You know, it's crazy, but um like they a lot of people watch, so we're gonna get a lot of money from the TV rights and everything because a lot of people watch our football and the whole academy thing and everything, so we will for now. But the thing is, if we're not at the top, we're not gonna generate a lot of money, whereas with Arsenal and all these other teams, they can be off the top for like 10 years and still make the money.
But it's
That's
also
true.
competition, man. It's competition
It's what
money as well. You know,
yeah
we're winning trophies, and that also
that's what I'm
comes.
saying. If
Mm.
if we don't win and do all these things, it's gonna be hard for us to get the money.
You know what? I don't think the only reason why I don't think it will is just because of our owners. I mean, that's something that we've always got to remember. And
What, we're gonna make more FFP?
yeah, yeah, but you know, there
Nah,
is
the
Mm.
the
because
owners,
yeah,
we
go on.
probably have the best owners, man. We probably have the best owners in the world. These people will do anything to make sure we succeed. But I would say in like 20 years, you'll actually see Man City. Like Man City will be a big club in 20
Huge
years
club,
if we
yeah.
can, of course, the dominance.
Mm.
If we can have dominance, man, especially what's gonna help us is the whole social media thing. So
Mm.
all the kids, they just want to be glory hunters and everything. And
True.
yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting.
I'm
It's
not
already
saying
annoying now. It's already annoying now because when you go on Twitter, there's a lot of new Man City fan accounts every day complaining about some rubbish. Like these people don't know anything; they're just complaining because they knew and everything. It's
Mm.
crazy.
for me, yeah, I always say about when people support like successful teams, I always say like you can support them. Like for me, I never have a problem with anyone that wants to support a team that's
Yeah,
successful. But for me, it's just at least learn about the club. At least learn about the club you're supporting. Do the research about the club you're supporting. You know, don't just
yeah,
come jump and then start chatting. You know what I'm saying? Some rubbish.
yeah.
Yeah,
Winning helps a lot, especially having players like Haaland. I don't know if you saw, Haaland broke our record for shirt sales in a
Mm.
week or some for this year. Like the Haaland shirts are selling like crazy.
Yeah.
So things like that, having players, because Haaland, first of all, these kids they will wanna buy FIFA and all these things. They see Haaland, they see Manchester City, like okay, I'm gonna be a fan and all these things. I mean, you saw the 20,000 Korean fans coming to watch our training session. That's not something small. That's not
Apparently,
something.
Haaland shot is more sold than Messi this year.
I
crazy.
wouldn't.
Who Messi
I would
plays
because Messi was changing
No,
clubs
for
and
PSG,
everything.
even for PSG when he's playing. He's the most sold shots in football.
But you know what it is for me? The reason I say I'm not surprised is that that's why. And I know we're talking about what do you call it? We're talking about City and all that merch sales. But for me, I just gotta say that as for the Haaland and Mbappe kind of rivalry thing, I think that's why
Mm.
Mbappe didn't want to go Saudi. I'm convinced because he saw what Haaland did this season, and also
And
because
then
he knows that he's
the
about to enter his prime. So he knows he wants to spend his prime probably playing in Champions League. But
true.
come on, like, you can see it. Like, these two, for me, these two are the. I don't. Maybe you can add Vinicius, but I don't really add Vinicius into to this conversation. Man. I think that the Haaland and Mbappe, those two, I think them are the main guys for the next couple of years. I think Vinicius will be like similar to Neymar. He'll float. You know what I'm saying? He'll float here and there. But the main two that everyone will talk for, I think, the next decade is Haaland and Mbappe, and I think that's why the shirts are selling like crazy.
Mm.
I think that's
Yeah,
why. And I wasn't surprised.
definitely.
He was a first for me. There's only been apart from maybe Toure, and I'm trying to think. He was probably our only superstar signing that we've signed like straight away was a superstar. You can say Aguero as well, to be fair, but I'm talking about superstar. Like these guys were the best, arguably the best strikers in the world, kind of level.
Yeah, under Pep, yeah, he's definitely the only superstar we signed.
So it's big.
Because someone like Grealish, like this is also why I think we wanted Declan Rice. It's the same thing with Grealish. We pay Grealish 300K per week. That's not because he's that good of a player. No, it's because in England, Grealish is actually that guy. Like they like him. He's a model for Gucci and all these things. So things like that they actually help. So it's the same thing with Declan Rice. Like they represent England a lot. So when you have them in your team, that helps.
So you think? I was gonna ask you. So you think City will only sign Vardy? That's it.
Yeah. We definitely getting Vadio. I'm pretty sure. I don't see any. I don't see any other play. If we're gonna get another winger, it'll be an unknown winger, not anyone we know.
No,
Yeah.
I
It's
get you.
perfect. It's good. I think it's good, man. I think we need it's a perfect we in a rebuild for sure. That's one thing I know. We in a rebuild.
But rebuild, but not buy. That's the problem.
The thing is we need to see what we need because if we replace Mares, that person whoever we're getting might not do what Mares was doing and now the whole thing
Be
is just
patient. Yeah, City are often patient. Like they waited for Haaland for a year when they didn't get
exactly. Let's
paid.
see what we need. Let the system work and let's see what we need. We can get can still buy in Jan. I'm pretty sure buy good.
Yeah, for me, I just don't know, man. The only
Come on, we have
reason, the only reason I can imagine, the only reason I can imagine for a winger, that we wait a year is for Mbappe. But if we're not gonna sign Mbappe, we need to get. I don't know which winger we're waiting for next season. Because Mbappe is going on a free next season. So apart from him, I don't know which other winger we would be waiting for next season.
We're not.
I don't.
We're not.
Yeah, bro. I know it's a bit optimistic, man. It's optimistic, man. But I think
If we get
I think it's
those FFP charges, they'll make sure they stick. They will do everything. Trust me.
it's true.
I want to swiftly move on before we have to go as well. I want to get your thoughts because this is going to be Hamza's very fun topic. But basically, as you see, United have just signed Haaland. What do you make of our summer's window so far? Because seeing we've got Mount, we've got Onana, we've got Haaland. I've really not had success to go for these type of players, but it is what it is. I can see what they're trying to do. I can see how Ten Hag is trying to play. But I'm not too sure about how well we're going to do for next year because I just don't rate this team. We still lack in terms of progression on the right side of our defence. I think we need a new centre back. I think we need a new right back as well to help progress the ball. I also think Anthony's not good enough. And also, we're putting big expectations on Anthony, who scored 9 goals last season. It's a big worry. So what do you think of United?
No, I'll be honest, man, Danny. I think that I'm looking at those signings. I feel like the goalkeeper one was a good decision. The goalkeeper one was a good decision. The Mason Mount one was a little bit like we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see what Ten Hag is doing over there on that side of Manchester, man. Because for me, I just don't really see how it makes sense. Trying to get Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount. I know obviously there's squad depth, and I know that maybe they could play together, but I just feel like there must be Ten Hag must have a different way of playing. Maybe Fernandes as a false 9 or as a winger or something. Because I doubt if he's trying to play both in the midfield, I think that's dangerous, man. I think that's a dangerous game, especially Casemiro. We know his head probably gets lost. Starts going in red cards, reckless challenges. And then if he gets suspended and you've got those as your 2 attacking mids, I don't. Depending on who you're playing against, I think you guys could get exposed in that position. But as for the young guy that signed, I forgot his name. Yeah, how do you pronounce it?
Haaland, I think it's like.
Haaland. Yeah, as for that guy, I think he looks decent. He's gonna be better than Weghorst. That's gonna be a guarantee. I don't think it's gonna get any worse than
Weghorst. I think like here today said, I think Onana's a top signing. But if Ten Hag took the Mount, real load money and put it on Kane, you'd be a real threat. However much I agree with that, I reckon they'd have charged us £40 million more. I think also you have to do wage costs, ages, costs. I don't know, all these random things that they make us pay for. So I'm not sure that would have been 100 mil. Number 2, I think Onana, like you said, is a top signing, but I'm not sure, like you said, if I just said about the Mount Bruno thing in the middle. How's that going to work? Who's going to progress the ball? Because I know you're trying to say it's going to be Shaw, Martinez, but you need one more person to do it. And I don't think Aaron Wambasaka can do it.
And your right wing, as you said, bro, your right wing situation is dreadful, Danny, man. It's a real dreadful situation over there.
And yeah, Anthony, I don't rate either as well. I think he's like if the less said about Anthony, the better. So there's a lot.
Both of them. Scamcho as well, man.
I'm not gonna. Basically, if you saw me last year, I saw some of the things that I was saying. I've calmed down a bit ill today, so I'm not too crazy. But if you saw some of the things I was saying last year about these guys, but yeah, I'd be nice, man. I think Sancho looked good against Arsenal. I didn't really watch the game in full. He looks fresh. He had pace. That was something to say. But you know what weird about
it. I don't know. I feel like we're sleeping on United. I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but I think we're sleeping on United. Crazy prediction is I actually think United will challenge this season, but we'll see. The thing is, United, how remember how they beat us at Old Trafford?
Yeah,
How they just put three passes together and already to goal. I think that's
yeah,
what Hag is trying to do.
yeah. It
And
is.
with Onana, because the thing is, you don't have midfielders that know how to hold the ball. So with Onana, you won't have to retain the ball because now you will be higher and you'll play in the opposition's box. So you get the ball in the opposition's box, three passes, it's a goal. I actually think the system will work. I want like because the thing is everybody's trying to copy Pep, and now when everybody copies Pep, the small teams will know how to if they actually know how to defend against Pep, they'll know how to defend against anyone. So if Ten Hag comes with his own system, he'll get the 3 points from these teams. So I feel like United is gonna challenge because now they have everything. I know we don't rate Mount and everything, but if you take out Mount and you put in Amrabat, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, no, like I said, actually, I think basically that is our game plan. It's kind of it's trying to use the defenders to progress the ball and to basically so far up the field that when the ball touches to the likes of Bruno and Mount and Rashford Hoyland, they're just gonna have to shoot and score, which is fair enough. But then again, we don't have the right centre back and the right back to progress the ball further, which means you're gonna have to put more emphasis on Shaw and what's his
Yeah,
name, Martinez to do it. But also
yeah,
Casemiro is also not good at progressing the ball, so that's another problem.
Yeah.
yeah. I was
For me,
about to
it's
say
just
that.
about
You
too
don't
many
need you
holes.
don't need Casemiro
But
to hold the ball. You don't need Casemiro to be good with the ball with the system. The way I think Shaw being good with the ball, I think it's part of the system. Basically, we start the rebuild with Diaz. Diaz starts everything. It's not Rodri. It's Diaz.
Okay.
Now
A lot of times,
I'm hearing current breaking news. Usman Dembele might leave Barcelona and accept to go to PSG. Part of the budget could be used to buy Cancelo.
Yeah, but
From
they only have depends because if it goes through today, yeah, they only get 50 mil, but then it halves into two, so it'll be 25 mil. Cancelo is not worth 25 mil, so how does that work?
they
oh
can
no,
take him for 10.
no, he's 100 million. He's 100 million.
Exactly. So how the hell is he going to sign for Barcelona if he's 100 mil?
No, one
They
second.
can.
I think if we sell him, we're gonna sell him for 35, 40 million.
Wait, what? You Cancelo?
Yeah, for 35, 40 million.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That
Mm.
makes a lot because then they can play a box midfield and have
Because
Cancelo inverted.
Dembele's agent have gone to
It's true.
Barcelona. According to Dembele's entourage, Barcelona have made an effort for Dembele plus Gavi for Kylian Mbappe.
That's rubbish. That's complete and utter rubbish.
Mm.
They will never accept that.
Mm.
Yeah.
They want money and they will never accept players for him because there's just no point. Because what they could easily do is they could take 200 mil off someone and then go and buy Dembele for 50 mil anyway. So why would they then take money for him? But
Mm.
before we wrap this up anyway, I just want to get your thoughts. You know you've got the community shield next week. What's your score prediction and how do you think the game's going to go?
We should win that. We'll win that 2-0, 3-1. We'll be awesome easily.
3-1.
I think the game will be like the one at the Emirates. I think Arsenal will have the momentum. Arsenal will want it more, but we're gonna kill the game off. I think we're gonna win 3-1, 4-1.
Jesus Christ.
nah,
And
bro.
Jesus, what about you?
Nah, bro. I'm going free. I think it's gonna be 3-2, man. I think it's gonna be 3-2. The reason I say that is because of what I've seen today, the chances we were conceding, even when we had our best defenders today. So the chances that
It's a
if we
different system.
concede those chances against Martinelli, Saka, Jesus, we'll concede a few
We're
goals.
not
Let's
playing
just
the system.
Hey, what?
We're not playing the
bro.
system. The one we're playing to Arsenal.
Yeah, nah, bro. I just think that Arsenal, the thing with yeah,
Against Arsenal, we'll play 4-3-3. Our typical formation and everything. Like we'll play our normal game, except Foden will be in the midfield or Bernardo or whatever. It's not. it won't be a problem. The thing is, today we changed it because we're trying to figure out how to win against these teams that play with five at the back. That's why we changed it. It's not
Nah,
because
I hear you, yeah. But for me, the first half, that's a good enough team. For me, that's a good enough team to that we had in the first half. That could easily start in the Community Shield. All of those 11 could start in the Community Shield on Sunday. Yeah, apart from maybe Laporte, left back. But everybody else could start next week. That's why, for me, I think that even if we play a similar way that we did, because KDB, that's not a must. We don't need to play KDB next week. If we don't need to risk him. So for me, if I'm looking at that, we're not gonna. Let's say we don't risk KDB, and we play the same 11, and we concede the same chances. That's what I'm saying. For me, I just feel like the chances we were conceding today, if we're as sloppy as we were today, then we'll get punished next Sunday. If we sort that out, we'll be all right.
So for you today, this Community Shield is a massive for psychologically. We need a result versus Pep. It's been 3 to 4 years. I'm pretty sure outside of cups, Arsenal haven't beaten Man City in 7 years. So I actually think it's more something like that. So it's actually bigger for them than it is for you lot. However, I know you said 3-1, 4-1. I don't think it's going to be that open and that one-sided. I actually think it could be a lot closer than you think. But we'll see. It's at Wembley as well. Arsenal have a good record there as well. I'm pretty sure they've also beaten you, Wembley, no?
Yeah.
In the FA Cup and the Community Shield. So we're very interested to see. We're not in the Community Shield.
They beat us in the FA Cup twice. Or was it the League Cup fight? One of the two, they beat us.
Yeah, they beat you in the FA Cup semi-final in 2002.
They beat us in Pep's first season as well.
I don't remember that one.
They beat us in Pep's first season. That was the last time. One of the last times I remember them beating us. I haven't seen the FA Cup one. They were the last two that I can remember.
I don't remember. But it was great to have you all on. We're gonna call it a day there. Make sure everyone's obviously like and subscribe. Make sure you smash the likes on the video. Make sure you follow us on the YouTube. Follow us on the Twitter as well, because obviously we've got more content coming out. And big up to everyone, and hopefully you have a great week. Nice to see you.
Big up them, man.